Welcome to the Land Before Time. We're going to be studying dinosaurs for our sculpture project. So be thinking about what kind of dinosaur you might want to create in clay. You can also create your own today. This is going to be part of a triorama. So what that means is we're also going to be making the background, a little place for our clay dinosaur to live. So check out these photos. Let's go ahead and talk about clay. It goes to a factory so that they can make it pure, and that's why it's not like filled with bugs and worms and stuff. But it's basically a piece of mud that has a lot of history. A lot of different cultures have used clay. When people discovered clay, they noticed that it would dry super hard. It would dry bone dry, which means it's as dry as a bone. It has kind of the texture of a bone. Then they would put it into a kiln, and we have a kiln at school, which is an oven that goes up to 2,000 degrees. So here's the classroom. Over here is where the kiln is. No students are allowed in here. This kiln gets up to 2,000 degrees, has a giant vent. So basically you think of this as a big old oven. Once it gets out of the oven, it's much harder, still a little bit fragile, but then it makes a great surface for paint. Here's some things you need to know about clay. Clay is really good at absorbing water. When we work on this next week, you're gonna have a little bit of water and you're gonna need to use it to kind of form your clay. If it ever gets dry, just add more water. But you'll notice next week, I'm only gonna give you a little bit of water. If you put too much water, your clay will have a hard time drying, which means you won't be getting it back. I'm gonna let these dry for a week, and then I put them in the kiln. And then as soon as they're done cooking in there, which takes a full day, but I can't put anything that is wet in the kiln. Does anyone want to raise their hand and guess what will happen if I put something wet in the kiln? Anything that is wet and is put in the kiln explodes. One thing that makes natural clay different from the clays that we have right here that are man-made is that you have to slip and score. Raise your hand if you know what slip and score means. They had to slip and score teeth and ears. They made something that they wanted to put on their clay. But with clay, you can't just stick it on there, because when this fires, when it goes in the kiln, guess what? It's just gonna pop right off because there's gonna be an air bubble in there and it's going to explode. If I want to attach something onto this piece and I don't want it to fall or break off, you're going to have to score it. Score it means you're taking something like this plastic needle here, and I'm just drawing little marks, little tallies in different directions. I'm also going to draw marks and tallies on the thing that I want to attach. This will connect the two pieces a little bit better, and there's less chance of an air bubble. But now we need to add slip. Slip just means clay and water. It means adding water to the clay. So I'm going to take my finger, put it into the water, and add some little bits of moisture to the piece I'm going to attach. And I have to add water to the spot where I want to attach and push. I'm not done yet. Then I take my finger and I'm smoothing the edge. This is going to be so important. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start our sketch, but I do want you to keep this in your portfolio. So hopefully when you create your dinosaur, you press save, and you're gonna see this in the bottom right. Give me a thumbs up if you have saved it. All right, now we need to find our portfolio. Remember, there's two ways you can find it. The easiest one, in my opinion, is just to swipe up and type in art. Sometimes I'll put a P-O-R-T, and you'll find your portfolio that way. Or if that's just too intense for you, if you go to Art at Home 2nd grade, your portfolio is actually at the top. You just click it, and then you find the one with your name on it. Go ahead and open your portfolio and give me a thumbs up. Now, I want you to scroll on down to slide 34 and give me a thumbs up. All right, now we're gonna put in our warm-up. Let's go ahead and press insert. It's at the top left, insert. Guess what we're gonna put? Image, and then upload from computer. It's that very first one with the arrow pointing up. Click it. If you look under recent, which is at the top with the clock, you're going to see your download and it says DM, Dinosaur Maker. That's what it stands for. Click it once, you see a little dinosaur icon, and press open. And you'll see your dinosaur pop up onto the screen. I will do that one more time for people who just don't get it. So make sure you're watching. Are you watching? Good. Insert image, upload from computer. Then you go to recent, which is the one with the clock. The very first one should be DM for Dinosaur Maker, what you created over there. If not, you need to go download it and place it in there. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay, so here's your job for today. You can use this dinosaur as inspiration. You created it. It can be a real dinosaur. It can be a fake dinosaur, however creative you want it to be. On slide 35 is where I want you to add your picture of your dinosaur. You need to draw this out first. Where are you gonna draw it? In your sketchbook. So go ahead and get your sketchbooks. If you haven't already, they should be on the counter. Just follow the green arrows. And I want you just to open to any blank page inside of your sketchbook and give me a thumbs up. You can do your drawing of your dinosaur vertical or horizontal. It's totally up to you. You can use your dinosaur as inspiration. You can also add more inspiration in here. Press insert, image, search the web. And I'll write this word on the board because it's a hard one, dinosaur. You can add images of dinosaurs that you really like or that inspire you. Maybe you like a megalodon, shark dinosaur or something. That could be it too. What we're creating is clay dinosaur and then a setting for it to go. So you have to imagine that's going to be very 3D and interactive. On any blank page in your sketchbook, I want you to draw your dinosaur. Think about the different details that you're going to need to add when we start clay. Think about its settings, because remember, we're going to have it very interactive in a triorama so that you can see the background. Think about the color of your dinosaur. Where is your dinosaur? Is it in the snow or is it in the volcano like me? Maybe it's on the moon. Who knows? So here's what I have. I used my as example, but like I said, you can search the internet, find other images for your inspiration. Inspiration goes on 34. And then on slide 35 today, this is what you guys are gonna be doing independently. Then when you're ready today, you're gonna press insert, image, camera. Let's go over that one more time. On slide 35, you'll press insert, image, camera, and then take a picture of what you created. Once you have the image, just press insert, make it a little bit bigger so that I can see this and look over it over the weekend. But don't stop there. Remember, you can make this really interesting. So I can click on the background. So click on the little white area, background. Could I make this a really interesting slide and choose an image? Maybe I can look up rainforest or just forest or dinosaur and change the background. Ooh, look at how cool and spooky this one is. Click, insert, press done. And look at that. That is an awesome brainstorming page for your dinosaur clay sculpture. Once you've done this, awesome. I would love to see it. Make sure it has color. Make sure you put an image. I want to see something for the background. Just show me, give me a thumbs up, and you can move on to free draw. You can read a book or even use the iPad today. Make sure that you have both of these things, an image from your game on 34, some inspiration maybe, and then your final image on 35. Have a good day, guys.